Action. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I heard you act and you're a musician as well.
I haven't.
Pardon
I
me.
said I haven't. No. I'm not. I'm produced.
MoneyGram sponsors the Nana Church Show.
In such a way that we keep a lot of things to ourselves. Things that we could easily.
Thank you so much. I'll come back and have my share.
Welcome to the Nana Cheche Show, the show that inspires, motivates, educates, and entertain you. Today, I am so privileged to be sitting down with one of Ghana's and Africa's most loved chat show hosts in the person of Gifty Auntie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nana.
You're looking gorgeous.
I'm trying hard to look like you,
Oh, please.
You're so
And
beautiful and cute.
Thank you. Thank you. So you are. And, I'm thankful that you have granted me this interview because not many people want to sit down with another, chat show host and talk about what they do. So thank you for that. So let's get to know the real Gifty Auntie.
Gifty Auntie. Okay. Gifty Auntie is the last of 8 children. 8 children, yeah. My mom and my dad had 8 children, 4 girls and 4 boys. The boys came first and then the girls came later. My parents passed on now. They've passed on now. 1 year after the other. They were divorced, but I don't know how they managed to do it. My dad went first and a year after my mom also went. And I come from a big family, a family that has experienced a lot of love. I was raised by my dad single-handedly, and I always tell people that when it comes to love, I've got a lot where it comes from, So the other things, if you're coming, you bring those ones, This is just by the way, kidding.
Were you daddy's girl?
I'm daddy's girl. I'm daddy's girl. For a long time, people thought my mom had passed on, even well before she passed on, because I was always talking about and I still talk about my dad, because everything I know he taught to me. I'm who I am today because of the virtues he instilled in me and the fact that he made me believe in myself that there's nothing that I cannot achieve if I put my mind to it. And he disciplined me a lot, I'll tell you a joke later on in the program what he did to me when I started coming on TV. But yeah, basically that is it. I went to Fatima Girls Secondary School, a girls' school here in Ghana, Central Region. Solpon to be specific, 1 to Upper Sis. I went to GIJ after that and then worked for 7 years and then went to do my master's in international journalism at City University in London. And since then, I've been a media person. I've been in the media for 16 years now.
16 years?
Yes.
Wow, that's why I know you're very good at what you do. You're the host of Standpoint, one of the most celebrated chat show in the country and I think around the world. How did Standpoint come about?
Well, to the glory of God, I must say that I am, fulfilled, for what the Standpoint is doing in Ghana, in Europe, and across the world, as you said. But the Standpoint came out of frustration. Frustration because I had been on TV for how many years? Almost 13 years or so, from 1997 to 2007. So let's say 10 years. And I'd seen what women in the media, in the limelight, were going through. The name calling, the rumors, the speculations, the made-believes, and, tags that you get all the time. It was no respecter of person. I mean, in terms of a woman's status, whether she's married, she's single, she has children, she hasn't got children, we are all women and we're being described in so many unspeakable words that I thought it was about time that I did something. And then I had been in the newsroom as well. I went to a girls' school. It was all girls, 7 years. My father raised me to believe that I can do anything. I went to GIJ. I was a student leader. I was a women's commissioner. I formed the Pen Ladies Association at GIJ. So I've always been interested in women because that's all I've known and that's what I've believed in. Then I come to work as a journalist, and I realized that when it comes to issues affecting women, they weren't taken serious. They weren't being given the prominence that I think. Some years down the line, I'd say I thought, but I think, I believe, it deserved. But nothing much was doing about it. So I was like, hey, something needs to be done. And I decided to do something to push the frontiers. Initially, it was just to give women the voice to openly speak, make their voice be heard on national issues, politics, economics, social issues, and the hard talk that the men talk. I want more women because at that time, 1997 to 2007, very few women were doing this. I remember now Professor Audrey Gadepo, Nanayo Forieta, Dr. Amwako Hene, and a few others who were also, in the media, not hosting, but contributing or were participants and panelists too. They were suffering the same thing that I was suffering. So I thought that we need more women in there so that maybe the insult will be shared, That's just joking, but I thought something like that had to be done. So that was what pushed me to start the Standpoint. But when I started, I realized that there were fundamental issues that we need to tackle. And when we are able to solve those things, then the sky is the limit. Women can just soar and just get up and get away with anything and achieve anything once they believe in themselves and they know that whatever excuses are being given as to why we can't get to where we want to get to, they are needless. They are not true. They are just man-made. We're just being manipulated to think so.
So we watch you on TV, and sometimes we don't get to see the real person, and we see people on TV and think, oh, she's making it.
Yeah.
But what were the challenges when you started Standpoint?
Many, 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 many. The name callings were one thing. And there were those who were saying that, oh, you won't get married. You won't get a man to marry you. If you do this, you won't do this, you won't do that, And it's all basically, you won't get a man to marry you.
Why?
Well, the Ghanaian man is said to be so domineering and doesn't want a woman whose mouth goes like that. So outspoken and has an opinion and will speak and, is seen in public. That is what, people believe, that the Ghanaian man doesn't like it. But, well, I was doing it and I was getting a lot of, proposals and people wanting to marry me and I was, bluffing and, so I didn't know what they were talking about. And I believe that it depends on how you carry yourself.
Exactly.
We have the way we are in the public domain. And then when we go home, it's something else. You just... Companionship is different from work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So, did you have any capital to start?
Oh, no.
Or how did you?
Oh, I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Actually, I didn't have a set. I didn't have a chair. I didn't have a table. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have anything. What I had was goodwill, a lot of goodwill. As I said, I had become a kind of a darling, in quote, in the media because of the breakfast show that we started in 1997, the first ever breakfast show on TV in Ghana. So I was a known face. I knew a lot of the people in the media. One thing my father taught me is no matter how high you go, never, ever forget where you're coming from and be humble. Show respect to people you met in the industry, wherever you find yourself. Show respect. Let them feel that you are there to learn and not to take their place. He always said the sky is so huge. Wherever you stand, you see a star. So you will shine if you have to shine. It's all in the hands of God. So I had a lot of goodwill. I had done a cooking program too. So the team that I worked with on the cooking program, so I spoke to them like, listen, I have to do something. And they were like, yeah, Gifty, it's taking too long. You have to do something on your own and also fine. We went to the African Region Hotel. I knew Chief Kufuor was like a brother to me. So I went to him, told him that, listen, I need to have a talk show. I need to have a place. And like, so what are you coming? I don't have anything. So the first time they gave us their sofa in one of their rooms, their suites. So that's what we use for that. And then at a point, I said, no, every talk show with regards to that, concentrate on women, it's done in a sofa, relaxed atmosphere and all that. That's my personal perception and belief that is why people attach, or people don't attach any seriousness to issues affecting women because they think that, oh, they are trivial, they are relaxed, they are comfortable, we can live with it. Oh, women for generations have been like that and they can deal with it, they can cope with it. So why not just let them be where they are, let them talk. At the end of the day, they will settle down and everything will be okay. So we decided that, listen, we're going to go for a different set, a set that will let people know that issues affecting women are very serious, whether it's about broken heart, whether it's about divorce, whether it's about pregnancy, whether it's about singleness. Anything affecting women is very serious, and we women take it serious. So we went for a very masculine looking set made up of cupboards from the hotel and bar stools, high level bar stools, to start it off. So that was it. That's how we started.
This is interesting. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
In such a way that we keep a lot of things.
Action. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I heard you act and you're a musician as well.
I haven't.
Pardon
I
me.
said I haven't. No. I'm not. I'm producing.
MoneyGram sponsors the Nana Church Show.